Hey guys, this is Jake with Triangle ATV, and today we're going to be snorkeling the 2008 Handa Rincon 680 into the pod. First thing you want to do to start this process is start disassembling your body. Okay guys, what we did was we took out your factory snorkel, and to do that you have to take off this piece here, your gas tank cover. To get the gas tank cover off, you have to take off your front piece. You're going to need to take this off anyway for your snorkel to get it up through there. But now that we've got it disassembled, we're going to go ahead and start dial-electric greasing it. You want to make sure you dial-electric grease every electrical connection on the bike. It's a major factor in running water. Okay guys, after you finish dial-electric greasing the bike, the next step is to install your snorkel. In order to do so, you're going to need to remove your air box and the inner fender underneath the front of the bike. Okay guys, this is your crankcase hose. The reason we took the air box out was to get to this because we're going to implement our loop system into this. You're going to cut your crankcase hose right here. And install your hose mender that was provided for you. And now your new 3/8 inch hose is going to go here and loop around. Okay, after you've connected your new hose, you're going to go ahead and reinstall your airbox. The reason why we cut the crankcase hose in half is to add our extension, which we call a loop. What you're going to do is connect your fittings to your crankcase hose that is on your airbox, and you want to take our black loop system and connect it there. Then what you're going to do is you're going to loop it around the snorkels and around the carburetor, and then you're going to connect it to the other side of your crankcase hose. You want to make sure after you're done that you have 2 full loops for your crankcase. This will allow water to stay out of your engine if you get it in your air box. What we're going to do now is remove the gas tank, take a magic marker, and we're going to mark this plastic to where we're going to be cutting to fit your hose through there. We've already pre-marked. Now we're going to get a Dremel tool and we're going to cut through this plastic to make room for our hose. Okay, before you start cutting, what you want to do is remove your hose, and you want to pull this piece of plastic up, and you want to look what's underneath. You might want to have a buddy hold this up while you trim your hole so that you don't cut into any of your hoses or brake lines. What we're going to do next is trim the right side plastic. When you look underneath your plastic, you see your bar right here. What we're going to do is we're going to take and cut a circular motion right through there to make room for our hose. The next step is to put the hose into the air box and run it through the pieces that we cut. You want to make sure that you go in between your water pump hose and your throttle cable. You want to go through there. You want to come out and underneath the frame through the cut that you made through the plastic.
should look something like that. Once you get it ran, you want to go ahead and tighten up your hose clamp, and then I'll show you how to form the hose. Once we have our hose clamped into the air box, you're going to notice right here that this is a little bit too high. What you can get is a rubber hammer, and you can take it and very lightly form the hose like that to where your seat and your plastics will clear.
On our motor mount, we're going to go ahead and connect our bellow assembly to the front and rear dead vent lines. They're located right here on your frame, as you can see. And you're just going to pull those off, both of them, and you're going to cut these tabs out and connect them to your T. Okay. You see we've got our bellow installed now, and you see this is kind of kinked. So what we're going to do is we're going to tuck our bellow up here by the coolant tank, and we're going to run us a zip tie to the T. Keep that hose from kinking. Just like that. Guys, if we were doing the risers kit, only difference would be, you'd come out here and you'd come up to here, and we're gonna go ahead and set the plate on, mock it up to show you where you drill your hole. Okay, guys, this is where the plate goes. What you do now is you take your Sharpie, stick it down in there, and draw your circle in your plastics. So now you're just gonna uninstall your plate. Obviously your hole's not here, but you'd see where it would be. Take you a 2-inch hole saw, cut your hole, take your Dremel, clean the edges up, and I'll show you the next step. Your hole's drilled. What you're going to do is you're going to take your hose bar, slide it on, hose clamp it, feed it up through your hole, put your plate on, put your hose clamps on, and put your riser on, and you're ready. Okay guys, what we've done here is we've loosened our bottom pod so we can get this under there and zip tie it to this bracket up here. Okay guys, we've got it zip tied. Now we're ready to reinstall this lower pod and button everything up. Okay, we've got our pod reinstalled. Now we're going to reinstall these plastics here. First one you have to reinstall is this piece in the middle. Reinstall your gas tank cover. We got our gas tank cover reinstalled. We're going to throw our rivets in the front and put our hood on. Alright, after you reinstall your airbox, you're going to get your airbox lid and take the black gasket out of this channel, run you a bead of silicone in there, and reinstall it. We recommend that you buy a K&N filter if you're going to have your snorkel, because that foam filter will just saturate with water. Alright, you got left. Throw your seat on. Hit the trail.